Hello, my name is Worthy, a professional Valorant coach. If you're looking to climb the ranks and improve your overall gameplay, you definitely want to leave a like and a sub, and enjoy the video. Okay, we're going to talk about post-plant positioning when you have bomb on this round. You want to be careful with that. Okay, so here is the point where we lose this round. Okay, I don't think we end up losing it, but it's going to be an issue. So when there's an option to plant open, take that option. Okay, we don't need to automatically default to a plant spot. So you're defaulting in here. Now, typically when someone plants in here, it's because they need ideal amounts of cover to be able to get that bomb down, right? Because they're under pressure from all sides. This sage wall gives you plenty of opportunity to just plant right in this spot right over here. Okay, if you plant open, it's easier to play that bomb from a long range angle back here. But if you tuck it back here and you go back, now you're going to get into a big issue situation. And that's exactly what happens this round.
Oh shit! Halls.
Oh shit, I got
There's so many people doing the oh shit line right now.
She's lit, by the way.
Right, so now you're playing back here. And the issue is that we can't see the bomb. So in order for us to be able to defend this bomb, Killjoy has to respond by moving up.
Yeah.
Behind the wall. On top of the...
It's
Oh, she
funny
blind,
because... It's funny because I make this comment a lot to a lot of students where they automatically think, you know, without even thinking actually. They just plant without thinking. This is a really good play what you did here. I love this.
Nice.
Very good. Now, a lot of people think instantaneously when they go for a plant, they must plant in default. It's not true. Despite popular belief, this whole square here that you see is plantable on, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's other situations like in Scent, for example. Let's say you're playing against a Sova and you go to plant on Gen. That is the most commonly shock darted area ever. As you get into a higher rank, they're going to be hitting those commonly defaulted plant spots. So if you have the opportunity, you have full map control, full site control, plant as open as you possibly can. Help secure a lot of post plants. Okay, so you're going to see an example of a gimmick play in this round.
I know I died on that.
You played chess before, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the 4-move checkmate. You play the 4-move checkmate to try to get a person who doesn't know how to play the game out in like 4 rounds. But if you played that against a grandmaster chess master, that is one of the worst openings you can possibly do. So gimmick plays are just like the 4-move checkmate. It's kind of like an all-in, I'm going to do this, I'm going to catch someone off guard sort of thing. But it's one thing that you can only do probably once per game. And it was a very obvious one because of how you dogged in. So watch this real quick. And the reason why I bring this up as, oh my goodness, I didn't even see that part. That was no.
I just noticed that. I must have been looking, I don't know where I was looking at. Maybe just at like the util, but right in front of me.
Okay, so you didn't recognize that she was on your screen. So that was a gorilla moment. The gorilla on your screen was, you know, beating his chest and you didn't pay attention to it. So anyways, from here, throw the dog and wrap it around.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Okay, so see what happens here? You catch someone right here, right? And right away, when I was seeing this little crack, I was screaming, oh my god, this sage is gonna peek that crack, right? This is a gimmick play. You're gonna see shit like this all the time. Back in beta, they had a situation in Haven that they had to physically change the map because what would happen is Sage would wall somewhere stupid like here or something like that and then rotate something like that, and she could like see over the wall. Can't remember exactly how it went, but she could see over this little piece right here and nobody could shoot back at her, and she was able to shoot everyone in this spot right here. So there's a little gimmick. Yeah, ridiculous. These gimmick plays, you'll see these kinds of things all the time, especially at platinum rank, because it's like worked forever in like bronze and silver and no one knows how to counter it. But this is like such an easy thing for you to be like, okay, he did it once, I'm gonna just pre-fire that angle every single time. And like, it's so obvious she's gonna peek this right now. So obvious. There she is, right? And there goes your teammate. Being able to identify these little gimmick plays, very important, because it's going to help your teammates as well, right? You need to be able to be like, okay, she did this is what I've seen, there's a little crack in the hall, let's not give that up ever
there's
again,
a crack
right?
on the wall.
Yeah, there you go, perfect. Villain called it out, and that was something that you could have called out in that situation.
Yeah.
So you can dog right now. So everything that you do at this point needs to be working the clock down, okay? That every movement that you make, you're in a bit of a shit position. One of the things that I'd like you to do differently with your utility, your eye can be used as a deterrent, okay? So does the Sova dart. So your eye, for example, you can toss it like on site sort of thing. So that if they end up, like if you put it into the cubby, for example, let me just show you an example here. So if you threw it where KJ is, not right away, but as they're moving up, that might hold them back from moving onto the site just because they can't see the dart or they can't see the eye, and that basically gives you this kind of section of control of the map. So that would be a way of stalling out. So if you just keep like one ability at a time, you know, throw your C's, then throw your dog, then throw your eye, then take a fight, that would be a way of like stalling out every little second as you possibly can out of this bomb.
Rotating.
Right?
Do you think it was a good idea to not ult here?
I think it would be too much of an investment at this point.
Oh, dug out.
So the answer to the question is, you are in a situation right now where if you ulted to get out of it, I would understand it, but now your Neon's going to help you out. So now you don't need to do it. So you can just back right up and go to A main at this point. Okay, so this is an interesting post plant that happens here because you end up having enemies on both sides. And typically what happens is when you have enemies on both sides, you're funneled, right? One of the things that I hate about taking any kind of advantage, right? I don't think we have an advantage in this round, but what happens is we end up pathing through here, I think, and we go through A, which doesn't clear out A main and doesn't clear out flower and the dugout area, right? So now you're effectively being funneled down this spot. And whenever you're funneled down here, you can be attacked from all angles. It gets really dangerous. So what happens is if you're going to take this routing, you need to get the bomb down and then quickly take one of these sides and fight for that particular map control before you can go back to diffuse or preventing a diffusion of the bomb. Now, things that you can combine with that Omen ult. What happens when Omen ults in for the other team?
They all hear it and they're all gonna turn to look.
They all hear it, they all turn to look, cool, they're trying to find him, and then what else happens to them?
Oh, the mini map.
The mini map goes away, so how can you use that to your advantage?
I could throw util because they won't see that I'm throwing util.
You could throw your eye, you could throw your fade eye with the Omen ult, and it'll be a little harder for them to identify where it is because first of all they're a little bit frantic right now because they're trying to find where Omen teleported to, so they're probably not going to be looking straight ahead. So if you threw your eye like right over here, for example, you'll be able to see anyone who's in that site right away, and they might not be able to identify where it is exactly, especially if you've got a really good fade eye that's like on top of something, because they can't really track it on the mini map. So it's a little bit easier for you to set up a good fade eye with that Omen ult.
Yeah. That's why I push his ass.
Cool. You see him? You can probably swing him right now.
Oh.
Yeah, you can swing him. You're good. Now, you overswung this. Walk me through this process.
I honestly couldn't really say beyond I just swung until I felt like I should stop swinging. I'm actually really bad at knowing like how far and when to swing. I guess I could have swung a lot shorter.
So if that's the situation, then I want you to go into a range, set up a sage wall so it's like straight on, set the bots to practice, and practice peeking in and out from the wall and getting it perfect so that you're not over swinging the target. If you overswing the target in C2, you got to reset that fight. Working on that movement of peeking in and out, super important.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not a good smoke. They're on eco. When they're on eco, smokes are their friends. They're not our friends. Let's see what happens.
Can I get orb?
Case in point, I say it over and over and over again. Smokes are not our friend. If you're gonna use smokes, you want to get them as far away from you as you possibly can. Place them on entrance ways, all that good stuff where they're flush against an entry. That's better, right? But if you throw a random smoke in the middle like there, you're asking for trouble. So why when I'm playing controller and I'm on eco round, you'll see me throw random smokes on the site when they're about to take it, where there's like one like right here or like one like just sitting right here. And then they run up into me and I'm sitting in there and I just peek out with like a shotgun like you just saw right there and get, you know, a multi-frag easily. So these smokes are not our friends when they're on eco rounds. These are the rules and fundamentals that will constantly be a big factor in this VOD review. There you go.
Nice.
I don't know where Sage is. I'm guessing she's got to be flower right now. Or in the smoke. Or in the smoke. This is a bad smoke.
Yeah, Sage should be with.
Bad smoke. Number situation. Whenever the numbers are in our favor, smokes are not our friend.
Oh shit, on bomb.
This is a big mistake on Villain's part.
Oh,
Sneaky fuck because you created the opportunity, Villain. You need to walk through that smoke. There's no risk on his part. He's already losing the round, so why not push it and see if you can create a multi-frag? And it worked. Now, my first interpretation of this round, based on my threat assessment, I think they're probably going to go A this round. Why do I think that? Because they went B, and you're playing a low elo right now. They went B last round, you're playing a low elo. So they're going to be like, well, that didn't work, let's go A. That's what they normally will do. Let's see how you stuff this. Cool. So there's 2, maybe 3 shooting the wall right now. You can hear that. Okay. Omen smoked over here, most likely going to be on A, so you need to start playing in a passive position to be able to absorb this take.
Approach.
Notice your positioning right now. Good, you fall back, you could be communicating to Sage, you're not with her,
Huh?
and now you change your mind because you want to help her, right?
Yeah.
That causes problems. You need to fall back at this point.
That's it.
There's a Sova dart. You can still shoot the Sova dart, but at any rate,
52 on Jet.
now you get punished for the Sova dart. Where you should have been punished for that neon wall rounds before, you're getting scanned by the Sova dart and now being spammed through the wall, or spammed through the storm. This entire site is spammable when you get hit by that Sova dart. So that's like priority number 1 when you get hit when Sova dart is thrown in.
There's one flower.
You're so annoying. You're so annoying.
You should have fell back to dugout. That was the answer at that point. As soon as you had pressure, you knew they're going A, you just need to stay alive as long as you can on site because you're the anchor,
Nice. He has a
and allow
spectator.
your teammates to rotate into the site a little bit more easily.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Dug out.